Sino?
Doren po.
Doreen. Okay, go ahead, Doreen.
My name is Doreen Lian Gonzalez. You can call me Doreen. And ayun. Sa yung three statement ko, una po ay I like eating spicy foods. Pangalawa, I am a Sunday school teacher in our church. At pangatlo po, I am introvert person.
Ano yung tinuturo mo again sa church?
Sunday school teacher po sa
Sunday
church.
school. Sunday school teacher. Okay, the eating spicy foods. Who says that's a lie? Lie. That's a lie. The Sunday school teacher at church. So, Doreen. Okay, so, believable. The introverted, si Doreen. Introvert. Lion. Okay, so what's the lie there, Doreen?
Yung lie po dun, tama po kayo. I don't really like eating spicy foods.
Okay, so there. So who do you want to go next?
Si Nona Net po.
Okay, Nona Net. It's your turn, Nona. Nona, are you with us? You have issue with your connection? Okay, go ahead.
Full name ko po, Nona Net Belisado Doreen. Age ko po 20 years old. Tapos, pwede niyo po ako tawagin sa Nona or Nona Net, kung saan po kayo. Tapos, ang three statement ko po ay probinsya ko po ay Masbate. Tapos, pangalawang statement ko po ay dream course ko po ay education. Then, introvert person po ako.
Okay, introvert din. Pero layon. Okay, the taga Masbate, si Nona, who says that's a lie? Feeling ko, true naman. True. And dream course is education. Okay. Ano lang yan, sobrang unique na mga tao na gusto talaga, may alam na nila yung gusto nila in life. The introvert. Kaya yun. You're not introvert. So what's the lie there, Nona?
Dream course po.
Okay. So what's your dream course?
BSIT po. Information Technology.
Okay. So actually, nung enrollment officer ako, computer science, BSIT, mga ano pa lang, 3 days pa lang, puno na. Wala nang slot. Pero sa education, in 1 day, mga 2, 3 lang yung nag-enroll sa amin. So, kailangan pa namin gumawa ng awareness campaign para ma-persuade sila mag-enroll sa amin. So ganoon ka hindi glamorous or maybe it's not sa tingin nila, hindi para sa kanila yung education. It's true na it's not for all. But... Okay, next. Who do you want to go next, Nona? Okay, May Ramela.
Good afternoon. I'm Ramela May Silangam from Antipolo City, 18 years old. Yung three statement ko po, I have 8 pets. I watch anime and I'm right-handed.
Okay, so Ramela have 8 pets. Who says that's a lie? Wala. Naniniwala sila. Baka hindi lang 8. The anime. Mahilig sa anime, si Ramela. Oh, naniniwala din sila. Maliba kay Maxine. Okay. So, the right-handed. Feeling ko totoo to. Right-handed. Ay, hindi. Ito yung lie, yung right-handed. So, what's the lie there, Ramela?
Yes po, yung last statement po. Left-handed po ako.
Tapos nagdo-drawing ka kasi left-handed. Tama ba?
Hindi po, pangit po yung sulat ko.
Okay. So yung mga left-handed, sila yung mga kilala ko na magaling mag-drawing. Okay. Next one. Any volunteer? Wala? Okay. Go, Dave. Go, Dave. John Dave.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. My name is John Dave Gabong, 18 years old. So ang three statement ko ay I was a PMA cadet. I like chewing gum. And I live in Makati.
Makati. Okay. PMA cadet. Sinong nagsasabi na layon? Wala. Naniniwala sila. Maliban kay Justin. The chewing gum. You like chewing gum, to stimulate your brain. The Makati. From Makati. Si John Dave. Okay. Walang naniniwala. Lima kay John Dave tsaka kay Pauline. So what's the lie there, John Dave?
I was not a PMA cadet.
Okay. I see. Mukha ka raw ako kasi PMA cadet. Okay, any volunteer? Let's hear it. Ako na lang, mga randomly called. Okay, si Ronald. John Ronald.
Hello po. Okay po ba yung audio?
Okay.
Okay. Ako po si John Ronald Balanggiagana. 18 years old. Yung first statement, siya akong honor student. Second statement, siya akong novice in music. And last statement, isa akong well-rounded athlete.
Okay, so the honor student, who says that's a lie? Wala. Naniniwala sila na honor student ka. The novice in music. So, okay. The well-rounded athlete, who says that's a lie? Na lahat kami naniniwala. Ay, maliban kay John D. and Ramela. So ano yung lie doon, John Ronald?
Yung second statement po.
Okay. So ano ka na? Master ka na? Master level in music?
Hindi po.
So you're not really into music?
Yes
Hindi ka
po.
nag-exercise. Good one. Okay, next is Pauline Daniel.
Hello, rinig na po ba ako?
Yes.
Okay, so hi, I'm Pauline Daniel Gilim, and you can call me Pau for short. I'm 19 years old, and three statements about myself is first, I've graduated SHS with honors, and second is, I've performed in a television show po, and then the last one is, I'm good in mathematics po.
Okay, the senior high school with honors. Who says that's a lie? Wala. Lahat sila naniniwala, Pau. Nag-perform in a TV show. Wala ba nagsabi na layon? Okay, sabi ni Justine, hindi daw totoo yun. And Maxine also. The good in math. Grabe kayo. Kay Pau. Okay. So yeah, Pau, what's the lie?
Yung last statement po.
Okay, tama naman pala. Okay. So, good in math. But I'm sure na since with high honors ka, sa tingin mo lang you're not good in math, pero can do it. Okay, so next is si Jo Fanny. Jo Fanny.
Good afternoon po. Ako po si Giovanni Marge Diaz. JM na lang po. Ang three statements ko po is, first is 17 years old lang ako. Second is nanalo ako ng programming competition ng grade 11. And third is ako yung panganay sa amin magkakapatid.
Okay. The 17 years old lang si JM. May naniniwala ba? May nagsabi ba na layon? Okay, the programming competition. Nanalo si JM ng programming competition. Okay, so convincing daw. Konti lang yung sabi layon. The panganay si JM. Okay, so majority or 50%. So what's the lie, JM?
Third po. Yung third po.
Ano ka ba? Only child?
Bunso.
Bunso. Okay. Everyone's done? Who's not yet done? Everyone's done. Cheryl. Go, Cheryl.
Hello po. Narinig po ako.
Yes.
So, my name is Cheryl Aslay. I'm 18 years old. And the three statements about me is I have dogs, I'm an only child, and I won a broadcasting competition during my high school.
Okay, so I have dogs. Dogs, tama ba? Or I love dogs. Dogs lang sulat ko. So, first statement. I love dogs ba yung sabi mo, Cheryl?
I have dogs po.
I have dog. Okay, so yung sinasabi na may alaga daw na dogs, Cheryl, wala. Lahat kami naniniwala. Only child. Who says that's a lie? Sabi ni Maxine, John, Dave, ni Rere. Okay? So hindi ka raw only child. The broadcasting competition. Nanalo ng broadcasting competition si Cheryl. Who says that's a lie? Okay, lahat kami naniniwala. So what's the lie there?
I don't have dogs po.
How about cats there in your house?
Yes po, marami.
Okay, I see. Okay. Si John, si Lester John, hindi pa siya tapos.
Good afternoon po. I am Lester John C. Mabahen, 18 years old. And three statements about myself is, nung junior high school ako, I used to play drums. My hobbies involve reading manga and light novels. The third statement is BBTLED yung first choice na course ko.
Ganda ng ano mo, boses mo. Very well modulated. Okay?
Ay, hindi po, sir.
Lester John used to play drums when he was in high school. Who says that's a lie? Actually, parang totoo yun. Parang drummer ka talaga. Okay, the reading manga. Okay. Wala. BBTLED is Lester John's first choice ba sabi mo? Lie. Pero huwag kayo may mga iba din na first choice na to. What's the lie there, Lester?
Yung lie po is hindi po ako nag-drums nung junior high school ako.
Oh, di ba? First choice niya to. Yung ng enrollment officer din ako dati, may pumila, unang-una. Sabi niya, first choice niya talaga, BBTLED, major in home economics. So, fourth year na siya ngayon. Ano yun? Ang ingay. Okay, everyone's done? Okay, so let's proceed now to our next agenda. So before anything else, before we discuss the syllabus and the institutional learning outcomes that is expected of you in this course that you have, class, let's get used to it, okay? When the subjects are being called as course, because that's the proper way of calling your subjects. It's really course, okay? Because maybe when you are in high school or senior high school, you used to call those subject as subjects, but in college, we call it as course. So your course is bachelor, pati ako nalito yun, is of course the office productivity in business education. That is your course or the subject. But of course, we got used to of calling it subject for the longest time. So it will take time to get used to of calling the subject as course. Okay, so I'll explain first the memo number 6. Are you familiar already with the memo number 6? Have that discussed to you already? Are you familiar with the memo number 6, the easing up of academic requirements because of the pandemic? Okay, so since it was not yet discussed to you, I'll discuss it. I'll share it to give you the idea. So here it is, class. Easing up of academic requirements and grading system due to pandemic limitation. So here is what's included in that memo. Amidst the dire problems and of course challenges are the whole world is facing right now because of pandemic, especially the Delta variant, we have decided the whole educational system of PUP decided to implement easing up of academic requirements. Okay, so pinili naming padaliin ang inyong mga buhay sa PUP. I mean, of course, para maging less painful yung stay nyo sa PUP is to easing up of academic requirements. In-implement to kalagitnaan ng last semester. So last sem, in-implement to. And what is indicated here specifically are this. I'll stop sharing. This is the second part of the memo number 6. Okay. Una, refrain from giving academic tasks such as assignment. Pero wala tayong choice. Assignment lang yung gagawin natin dito. Pero wala tayong oral report. Walang graded recitation. Okay? Pero interactive discussion is encouraged. Pero walang graded recitation and oral reports. Pero pag may asynchronous session tayo, expect of course to have a corresponding task for that asynchronous session. Okay? So assignment meron pa rin. So those are the worst grade that you will ever receive in every course that you are enrolled right now is INC. So hindi kayo pwedeng ibagsak, hindi kayo pwedeng makareceive ng 5 or withdrawn. Ang worst case na marireceive nyo ay INC. And instead of 1 year, you have 2 years to complete that INC grade. Okay? So before 1 year lang yung palugit para makomplete yung grade nyo. But ngayon, 2 years na. For whatever reason na hindi kayo maka-attend sa online class nyo, let's say the whole semester hindi kayo maka-enroll, kayo maka-attend ng class, INC lang yung grade nyo. Hindi drop, hindi withdraw, or hindi 5. INC lang. And also, 2 major exam lang yung iti-take nyo sa buong semester. Maximum. Hindi pwedeng 3 major exam. Maximum of 2 major exam. Okay? So, 2 lang yung major exam na pwede nyo i-take sa buong semester. And also, since easing up of academic requirements, your professors are only required to meet you 6 times in 1 semester. Minimum yun na. It can be more than that. So do not expect to have a synchronous meeting every week. Ideally, every other week. Okay? Every other week kayo may online class. But in our case class, since I will be busy by November, next Saturday, meron ulit tayong meeting. Okay lang ba yun sa inyo, class? As long as sa buong semester, makabuo tayo ng 6 to 8 synchronous session, that will do. But next Saturday, same time, meron tayong meeting pa din. Okay? So, give me a thumbs up if you acknowledge that we still have meeting next Saturday. Okay? So, synchronous session still this coming Saturday. What else? Okay, because of the easing up of academic requirements, I will now share this one. The syllabus. Only 60 to 70% of what is included in your syllabus will be discussed to you. Okay, not 100% that is indicated in your syllabus. So here's the course plan in your syllabus. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 5, hanggang week 18. Ideally, during face-to-face session, meron kayong every week nagbi-meet. That's 18 times in 1 semester. But because of easing up of academic requirements, we choose to, instead of 18 weeks, minimum of 6 weeks in 1 semester. Therefore, only 60 to 70% will be discussed in the syllabus. Only the essentials. That is also based on our memo number 6. So why are we easing up the academic requirements? You know, class, the bottom line is, if there is really no way for you to attend your online class, so let's say you have economic struggles or you have resources you don't have a resources to conduct an online class. We are not forcing you to go to a, let's say, computer shop just to attend a synchronous session or just to attend a class. We are not advising you to do that. Okay? It's better for you to stay at home and be safe than to go in a computer shop that your health will be compromised. We don't want that to happen. Okay? Because one of the things that is very important is self-preservation. You know, what is self-preservation? We are making sure that you are alive. Self-preservation is the greatest knowledge. How would you use all the learnings that you have in this school if you are not alive anymore? So that's what we are prioritizing, your health. Health first before anything else. If there is really no way for you to attend an online class, then let it be. Yeah, just have your grades INC kaysa naman ma-compromise yung health mo. And you have 2 years naman to complete that. Okay? Because, you know, come to think of it, class, what is a sign of intelligence? Ang sign na matalino ang isang tao ay kapag humihinga pa siya. Okay, that's one good sign to tell if a person is intelligent. If that person is still alive and breathing. Okay, that's one good sign. And that's what we are prioritizing before anything else. We are in the middle of the pandemic. That's why we are doing this. Health first before anything else. Okay, so but don't worry, because everything seemingly improving. Actually, by tomorrow, level 3 na tayo from level 4. So there is a possibility na by next semester, we'll have a limited face-to-face class already. So maybe half of you papasok sa gatong time and other half will come in during this day. There is possibility na ito na yung last semester natin during the online class. So let's be hopeful with that. Okay, institutional learning outcomes. What are these institutional learning outcomes? First is, so I will discuss this class, the institutional learning outcomes. What is expected of you in this course? Okay, so 9 institutional learning outcomes. So discuss ko lang to, then if you have any questions, we will address that, then we'll call it a day. So yun lang yung session natin for today, the first day of meeting. So first, institutional learning outcomes is critical thinking. Okay, tapos na yung phase ng learning ng student life nyo na, you know, mag-memorize kayo or will compete for the, let's say, ito yung critical thinking means yung light bulb moment. Okay? Kasi ito yung in demand sa workplace. By the way, office productivity for business education means office productivity. Office can be defined as your possible workplace. And since you are a soon-to-be teacher, ganito class, isipin nyo na ang course nyo talaga ay hindi BBTLED ICT. Ang course nyo talaga ay Bachelor in Secondary Education, major in TLE. Okay? So yun yung course nyo. Because Bachelor in Secondary Education, major in TLE, that is your default path. Pagka-graduate nyo, ideally, makapag-work kayo in public high school as TLE teacher. And alam naman natin kung gaano karaming branches ng TLE or ang daming area ng TLE. Right? So maybe TLE. It can range from cosmetology to masonry. Ganun ka-broad yung spectrum ng TLE. Sobrang dami. Agri-fishery, BPO basics, so all of those things under TLE. Of course, including ICT. Ayan, critical thinking skills. This is what is in demand in the workplace. Company will not hire you for what you know. Company will hire you for your skills in solving a problem. Okay? And how well you will contribute to the team. That's what they are looking for. Critical thinking skills. And that's what we will be talking about. The effective communication. Of course, you will become a teacher. And from now on, you should practice. I know some of you are self-proclaimed introvert, but since you are a trainee to become a teacher, you really need to step up. Okay, if if possible, you should even volunteer. Sir, can I explain this one particular bullet here so I can confront my fear of stage fright? So something like that. You volunteer, you grab every opportunity to talk in front or to talk to in front of your classmates. Kasi third year, pag sampa nyo ng third year, meron na kayong field study. Field study, pupunta na kayo sa mismong loob ng high school classroom to observe or to participate. So you are considered as a secondary teacher already once you get to your third year level. Then strong service orientation, meaning you are a trained teacher, okay? And you're really a default path is to become a teacher, but not only that. As I know that only, let's say, pag nagtanong ako class, sino dito yung gusto maging teacher? Only, marami na yung 5 na magtataas ng kamay. Okay, tama ba class? Sino dito yung gusto talaga maging teacher? Can you raise your hand? Meron ba ditong really wants to become a teacher? No one? Wala talagang gusto maging teacher? So heads up lang class, education yung course nyo. Pero hindi ko kayo masisisi kasi it actually took me 1 semester to absorb what is happening, to absorb what is my course. Hindi ko talaga alam na education yung pinasok ko. Alam ko pero parang hindi pa nagsisink in sa akin. Nag-sink in lang sa akin nung second semester na nung first sem. So education kayo. Kahit naman ako dati pag tinanong ako, nagtaas ng kamay. Ayan, go ahead.
Pag education po yung course namin, sir, it is not possible po ba na mag-shift kami into other course?
Okay, so nandun na tayo sa mga tanong tungkol sa shift. Hindi pwede. Yun yung isipin nyo. Hindi pwedeng hindi kayo magpayagan na mag-shift kasi nasa policy ng PUP. Pero in-encourage namin na, of course, to give co-ed a chance. We don't encourage you to shift. But if you really want to shift, there is a process for that. Okay, but you cannot shift at the middle of the semester. Maybe if you really cannot stand College of Education, then next semester you talk to the dean and the chairperson. Okay? So that's the process. Okay. Next is the passion to lifelong learning. Okay, lahat ng pinag-uusapan natin sa productivity sa course na to class, productivity tools in business education. Pag naging professional na kayo, all of this might become obsolete already. Okay? What do we mean by obsolete? It's not being used by the industry. For example, when I was at your age, when I was a student, my teaching demo tool that I'm using is OHP. Who's familiar with OHP or overhead projector? Anyone? Alam niyo ba yung OHP? OHP, it's like a predecessor of the projector that we have right now. So ancient projector. Yung ginagamit sa simbahan, yung per page na sa acetate, na sa parang plastic, tapos ipapaprint mo. Yung isang slide, paprint mo yan sa Teresa ng 10 pesos per slide para lang makapag-project ka. So manual projector siya, yung anino niya lang lumalabas sa screen. So yun yung tools ko sa educational technology. Then, nung naging teacher na ako, no one is using it anymore. Okay? So, no one, meaning it's totally obsolete. Wala na gumagamit. Hindi na nga alam ng mga estudyante kung ano yung OHP. So, ganun kabilis. There is also a possibility na yung mga pinag-usapan natin dito sa course na to is hindi nyo na magamit. That's why we are committed to a lifelong learning so that whatever we are talking here is still relevant once you become a professional. Next, sense of nationalism and global responsiveness. We are aligning the curriculum to make you a globally competitive, at least minimum to our neighbor in Southeast Asia. So yung mga pinag-usapan natin dito is naka-align sa curriculum ng mga neighbor natin in Southeast Asia, Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia. And sense of nationalism, there is unwritten rule class na since of course you graduated from a public college, state university. Unwritten rule that at least pagka gusto nyo talaga mag-abroad, since you are trained naman to work abroad, is mag-render mo na kayo ng service of course, sa Pilipinas na at least 2 years. Pag gusto nyo talaga mag-abroad, then after 2 years, give back na kayo sa Philippines ng for 2 years, then you can go abroad already. Okay, that's what we are advising. Then community engagement. All of the company class, lahat ng institution, company, big or small, they have their ways of giving back to the community. That's why we are engaging you. We are training you. We are to give back to the community already. Ngayong mga estudyante pa lang kayo. Let's say, of course, yung mga big corporation, let's say GMA, Procter & Gamble, Unilever, meron silang mga way to give back to the community. For example, SM Cares, they have their way to give it back to the community. In the PUP itself, in PUP, we have this, we invested 5 million pesos para sa ethyl alcohol na may virgin coconut oil para i-distribute sa community during pandemic. So that's one way of giving back to the community. Okay. And also in the College of Education, we have this. Community Outreach Learning Center. So we have our own preschool. Ang mga teacher doon is mga third year college students. Okay, sila yung mga nagtuturo sa preschool natin. And that is operating since 1988. Up until now, nag-ooperate pa rin siya. One moment. So, hindi lang dapat tanggap ng tanggap. Okay, from the community or from the government. Dapat we also have ways to give back to the community. Let's say, as little as yung mini-stop and 7-Eleven. There are ways to give back to the communities. Pupunta sila sa mga indigenous community to give school supplies. So that's one example of giving back to the community. Kaya ngayon nag-aaral pa lang kayo, we are expecting you to somehow come to think of a process on how you can give back to the community. Then adeptness in responsible use of technology. Adeptness means being skilled. Okay. Especially for using controversial technologies such as social media. What are those things that are prohibited or advise you to be careful? Use of technology and copyright infringement or fair use. We'll be talking about this. Okay, and as a BBTL-ED ICT students, you should be very familiar with this. That's why we have separate discussion for that. The high level of leadership and organizational skills. Leadership means, class, whether you like it or not, you are by default a leader, even at least to your students, because you are a future teacher. Whether you like it or not, you will become a teacher someday. Kasi yung mga sabing ayaw maging teacher, sila pa usually yung mga nagiging teacher. So we are training you to become a leader because by default, you are a leader, at least to your students. Okay? Kasi teacher ka, syempre kayo yung leader ng mga estudyante mo. Sense of personal and professional ethics. Okay, and also class, if you come to think of it, imagine nyo, the most respected part of the community are teachers. So let's say, sa street nyo, pag may nakatira doon na teacher sa street nyo, di ba, naririnig nyo na sinasabi nila na you put high regards into that house because nakatira doon teacher. So for example, huwag kayo maingay dyan kasi teacher yung nakatira dyan, baka nagmagawa ng lesson, nagkaklase. We always think of that. So, and also, huwag kayong tumambay dyan, huwag kayong mag-ingay dyan kasi teacher yung nakatira sa harap ng bahay na yung nasa harap kayo ng bahay ng teacher. So the bottom line is, teachers are the most respected part of the community. And since you are a soon-to-be teacher, you are an education student, there is a pressure to, of course, to obey with the standards. So to align your action with your course. Kasi ano to, parang naging biroan na sa amin, mga colleagues ko sa Pilipinas. Teacher ka pa naman. Yung mga ganun, di ba? Kapag teacher ka, parang automatic na nakaka-pressure na iniisip nila lahat ng ginagawa mo dapat align, nakakatanggap-tanggap. So since you are a teacher, trainee, what we also want you to, of course, to act like that. Okay? So I know it's not for all, it's nakaka-pressure. We don't even want to be here and yet we are asking you to do that. So talagang ano, pero give co-ed a chance nga. Pag third year, fourth year na kayo, maraming testimonials na you will like being here. Okay, may tanong ba kayo, class? No more? No more questions? Wala? Did you even hear what did I just said? Narinig ko ba sinabi ko, class? Of all my discussion. Okay, so I think we can call it a day now, class. If you don't have any more questions, let's have. By the way, I'll send the syllabus to Bien so that you can see it. But next meeting, next Saturday, we still have asynchronous session. Okay, so open your webcam now. So let's have a last picture. May isa pa pala. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Smile. Okay, first slide pa lang yun, ha. Wait lang. Send ko lang kay Ben. Second slide. 1, 2, 3, and smile. Okay. So, goodbye, everyone. Let's call it a day. And nice meeting you all. And goodbye. Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Goodbye po.